I told myself I wasn't gonna do it, but I ended up doing it anyway. I bought the OnePlus 3. Once again being touted as the flagship killer, OnePlus has done it again. They've made a device that's an excellent price, has a lot of great specs to it. Can it knock out the competition? I'm probably not going to answer that for you today, but we'll at least try. So, inside of the box. Lo and behold, you get a OnePlus 3, which if you look closely enough, it does have a screen protector pre-installed on it. And because it's sort of 2.5D glass, it doesn't go edge to edge, which kind of bugs me a lot. But either way, it should at least keep the front of the phone from scratching immediately. Now, normally I would immediately peel these stickers off, but it does have a little thing here that's very nice. The center of the back camera is the center of the NFC sensor. Very, very good to know. And I'm gonna go ahead and peel this off now. Also take off this extra sticker with all of our IMEI information on it. And there's the OnePlus 3. Which we're immediately going to put off to the side for just a second. Of course, inside of this little top section of the packaging, you're going to get the SIM removal tool and a bunch of booklets and stuff, and of course some stickers in case you're into that sort of thing. There's a piece of paper here that says OnePlus 3 with a lovely little note from Carl Pei, the co-founder of OnePlus, talking about how there's so many choices when you're buying a smartphone and how they're happy that you purchased a OnePlus 3. Thank you, Carl. And here's one of the things that actually does make the OnePlus 3 sort of special and unique. Of course, it does come with a USB Type-C cable because it does have USB Type-C on the phone. But more importantly, in my opinion, both the cable and the adapter are both what they call dash. And you can see there the output is 5 volts at 4 amps, which means they say you can get 60% of your battery back in 30 minutes, if I remember correctly. That's the last thing I remember reading about it. So I'm definitely going to be checking this out. Normally with the OnePlus devices, I end up just putting all the cables and everything off to the side, but in this case, definitely going to be using it. But anyway, taking a look around the device. Here on the side, we have the notification slider, as well as the volume rocker, up and down. Very clicky, very nice. Other side, we have the power button and your SIM tray. Nothing on the top. Fingerprint sensor on the bottom, immediately getting loads of fingerprints all over that. 3.5mm jack on the bottom, USB Type-C port, and your speaker grill on the bottom. Decently large camera hump there on the back. 16 megapixel, if I remember correctly, with a single tone LED flash. At least that's what it appears to be. And again, if I remember correctly, 16 megapixel camera on the back, 8 megapixel on the front, which 8 megapixels for a front-facing camera is very impressive. And now we boot it up. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to end up lasting with this screen protector on there for long. Because it's not edge to edge, seeing the line of it is really, really starting to bother me. And that didn't take all that long, maybe 30 to 45 seconds total. We got our welcome screen. I'll go ahead and walk through all this on my own. I will say, normally I would complain about this, the screen size. It's 5.5 inches and it's 1080p. I've been using the OnePlus 2 a little bit lately, so it's kind of nice to be coming back to this size phone. And we do have the option here. It says if you have another device, you can copy it to your OnePlus A3000. That's the OnePlus 3. I'm not going to do that currently. I'm going to say no thanks. Maybe come back and do a factory reset and do this again later. Just for the stock experience, I want to show you guys what you get on the phone. And actually, what's more, it's giving me the option to restore from other devices. So my HTC 10, my Galaxy S7, Shield tablet, and then of course at the very bottom, don't restore. So I'm going to say don't restore for now. Set up fingerprint, sure. We'll go ahead and press on it. Might as well add the other thumb while we're at it. And that should be enough for now. And now it's going through the OnePlus customized, personalized experience. Do we want software buttons or hardware buttons? If I tap on that, there's software buttons it shows you. I'm going to use the hardware buttons though. Do we want double tap to wake? I don't want any of the other stuff because I just don't care for that. But you've got draw on O to get a camera, V to toggle the flashlight, music controls. No, but you can use that if you like. And that's about it. We're now in the device. So of course you've got your customized never settle wallpaper by default. You can always change that though. You can see there's selection of wallpapers that come with it down here. Of course, you've got a lot of the stock wallpapers. You've got a lot of the ones you see on the OnePlus 2, and of course some never settle ones. And of course you can independently change the lock screen and your home screen. You can also customize your widgets from in here, so just tap on that, add whatever widgets you want. Got your Google stuff all in one folder, the Play Store, swipe over, and you get the shelf and walkthroughs of all these things. So from over here, this is sort of where you'd put all your widgets if you wanted them, if you didn't want them inside of these main app pages. And you'll see frequent apps here, you can do memos here. Memos? I haven't done memos over here before. Haven't spent much time with the shelf. Inside of the app drawer, again, this is supposed to be very, very close to stock, so you're probably not going to see a whole lot in here. You've got a bunch of Google apps, of course, and actually that's it. This is all that comes pre-installed on the device. So you do have Android Pay and Google Device Policy. Other than that, it's all just a smattering of very simple, not a whole lot to it apps. I'm a big fan of that. I am a huge fan. So we swipe down from the top, Very nice here. Of course, you've got invert colors if you need that. You've got the option to use it as a hotspot, night mode because it is getting late in the evening. And you can turn that on and off just with a tap, and you can probably see the color shifting there. You can, of course, always edit those if you like to. Tap to arrange them, show them, or hide them, like that. Save it when you're done. Let's come in and look in the settings. Very much the stock stuff here. Go down to About Phone. You can see Android version 6.0.1. We'll go ahead and go in there. And there's your Marshmallow, and your little game, of course, if you'd like to play that. And I'm terrible at that, so hopping back out. And while we're in here, let's take a very quick look at the camera. And again, this is just very much sort of a stock experience. It does have OnePlus branding on it down here, and it also has the option to save the raw image, which we'll go ahead and turn on, and turn off the shutter sound because I just hate that. But you've got HDR option, auto on, off, HD on and off. And you notice when you turn HD on, it turns the flash off. Turn it off, it turns it back to auto. Over here, you've got the options of time-lapse, slow motion, photo, video, manual mode, and panorama. In manual mode, of course, you can control ISO, your white balance, your shutter speed, and your focal point. And then down here at the bottom, you can go 4:3. You can do a timer, or you can turn a grid on. In your video mode, by default, it's going to 1080p. 720p is the next option, and then 4K. Now, I'm not seeing 1080p 60 in there. If I remember correctly, it does not do that. Bit of a bummer in my opinion. Flip it back around to the front. Check it again. 1080p on the front. 720p is an option. And that's as high as we go, because to do 4K on the front facing, again, you'd have to have higher than 8 megapixels. It's like 8.8 if I remember right. Still, 1080p, not bad. And just sort of holding it out here in front of myself, it's decently wide. It doesn't look all that bad. And just for a very quick test, this is the rear facing camera sample. This is audio and video from the device. It's 1080p 30, so it's not gonna look quite right in this video, but that's okay. And here's a quick front facing camera sample. It actually looks like the rear facing camera may be just a little bit wider angle, but it didn't look that bad, it didn't sound that bad, and so far, aside from potentially a little bit of smoothing being done, the front-facing camera doesn't look all that bad. But still, 1080p, not 60 frames a second. Just throwing that out there. And you know, just taking a quick look at the samples there, it didn't look bad at all to me. I could see using this as a very quick one-off daily vlogging style camera, you know, if you wanted to pull this up and capture some video or pictures of your kids. I have seen excellent samples coming out of this in terms of the video quality and photo quality. So I cannot wait to do some more testing of this on my own. And while we're in here, we may as well go ahead and test out that fingerprint sensor. So, wow, that was really, really fast. I mean, just sort of tap on it and it wakes up. Try the other side. Yeah, that's basically just lay your finger down on it and it wakes up. Let's try it with one that I don't have registered. It just buzzes at me. So that is the other finger. Yeah, that is so ridiculously fast. If it's not as fast as the Nexus 5X, I'm really surprised. It's so super close though. I mean, it's much, much faster than I remember the OnePlus 2 being. Maybe we'll have to do a comparison. But still, first impressions, absolutely love the way this feels in the hand, although it is a little bit slippery. I like how thin it is. I still, because it is so large, I cannot reach anything on that part of the phone, so like this whole section is going to be useless to me. But definitely looking forward to checking this out as a daily driver device. I'll be doing some dedicated camera samples from this. I may actually do an entire daily vlog over on my second channel, so I'll have a link to where you can find that down in the description. As always though, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what else you'd like to see about this device down below. Remember to hit the like button if you like the video, subscribe to receive more, and we will see you again next time.